Welcome to Worthington Home. I'm Chris. When I was about 10 years old, my grandmother came home from a tag sale with a little puzzle that she had bought. As you can see, the puzzle was in a small plastic box and had a yellow insert that read Figments. We discovered it was number 2 in the Jumble Fit series made by Catico in 1965. I don't know if you can see the directions very well because the box is clearly damaged, but it says, intelligent adults can assemble the 24 figments in 30 minutes. Children 5 years old or more may need only 15 minutes. My grandmother had purchased a cluster puzzle, which is very different from your traditional puzzles. No two pieces are alike. The edges of each piece is unique and irregular, and there's no context for assembling them like a completed picture. Instead, you can either try to find the contours that fit together or read the provided hint card for clues. There's no uniform border to the puzzle, so you can't, for instance, try to assemble the edge pieces first and work your way in, because there's no real sense of where the edges even are. So this makes the puzzle very challenging to work with, even though there's only 24 pieces. Here's an example of how 3 pieces fit together in this puzzle. And you can see they don't even sort of lock together or click together. You just line up the contours. Back to my story. When my grandmother and I opened the box, we found a series of these expressive characters nestled inside. We unfolded the hint card. You can see it's very beat up because this puzzle has been used a lot. This is the hint card. And you can see that the main character is Alec Zandemeyer Plurp. Oop, there he is. And the puzzle goes on to let you know that Alec Zandemeyer Plurp is entering your life. The creatures in the puzzle are all figments of his imagination, hence the name Figments. And it lets you know that strange things happen wherever he goes, all kinds of magic, and it teases us that we'll see what we mean. So I'm going to show you how the clues work. You go to a character, in this case, Alec Zandemeyer Plurp, excuse the kitty, Alec Zandemeyer Plurp, and we'll go to his cue card and it says, there's no pillow like the stomach of a red weezot, or weezots. So then we're going to go down and look for the red weezots. There it is. And there's the puzzle piece. And we know that he's going to be a pillow because that's what the clue said. So then we can line them up. And you can see that that piece fits. Once you follow all of the hints in the hint card, you'll have a completed puzzle. Although the directions do encourage you to try to figure it out without checking out the hints card. Frankly, I don't know how anybody could do it the first time without a lot of help. It took us just over an hour on our first try, but after that I was determined to improve my score and I was able to ultimately get it together in under 5 minutes. Alex D. Palmer invented the puzzles in 1964, originally under the name Jumble Fits. He produced them with his own company for a period of time and then sold the rights to Cadico, which was a games company based in Chicago. That occurred in 1965, and Cadico continued to make the puzzles until 1988 when the business folded. The first 6 puzzles included animals, as you see here, figments, sports, makeup, doodles, and whimsies. Other puzzles were manufactured over the years, including the Unlikely Stories series, which is right here. Lots of great characters. You can see they're all really unique and super special. Palmer passed away in 2013, but his son runs a website dedicated to his father's work. I would encourage you to check that out if you'd like to learn more. He also sells a book that looks really interesting. I haven't read it, but it's a collector's guide book. Cadico cluster puzzles are sometimes called the smart people's story puzzle. Part of its appeal is that the hint card is fun to read and follow. Each figment has its own unlikely story with details, as opposed to just being parts of a whole like normal puzzle pieces. Notably, Palmer didn't just create puzzles, he created elaborate worlds for his characters. The hint card challenged the audiences to put the puzzle together as quickly as possible. And because the puzzle only had a few pieces, it was possible to assemble them repeatedly, each time getting a little bit better at it. Therefore, it's not the usual kind of one and done puzzle experience. It's a puzzle that you reach for over and over again. I currently have four Cadico cluster puzzles in my own collection, as you can see here. And I actually keep them handy. I keep them in a drawer in my dining room because when I have older children, around 10 years old or older, or young teenagers, they always get a kick out of these. I bring them out and say, see if you can put this together. Everyone rises to the challenge, and invariably it becomes a test of speed, or I'll have 2 kids trying to put 2 different puzzles together to see who can finish first. Everyone ends up laughing, adults get drawn in, and invariably we have a kind of a highlight to our evening. So yeah, it's great to have on hand. I encourage you to pick up at least one to try it and see what kind of response you get. Cluster puzzles can be kind of hard to find. I've never seen one at an antique store, flea market, a tag sale, nothing like that. So I suggest if you want to purchase one, you look on eBay or Etsy. Prices range considerably. I've seen them for sale for $20 as a starting bid, of course. I've seen buy it now prices at $75. Of course, as with all things, condition really matters. And if you're purchasing a puzzle, you want to read the description carefully to make sure that no pieces are missing. If a piece is missing, it's essentially worthless to you. I'm currently looking for the makeup puzzle, which I think was number 3 or 4 in the series. I don't have that one. I also don't have the sports one. So I look from time to time. Of course, if I wanted to be really serious about it and actually get my hands on it quickly, what I would do, a tip you probably know, is I would go to eBay, I would save the search, and I would ask for notifications when the items become available. And that way I wouldn't have to keep checking back. I would just be notified. Wherever you end up buying your cluster puzzle, or if you decide to buy one at all, I have no doubt that the magical world of Alec Zandemeyer Plurp will provide you with hours of entertainment. If you have a cluster puzzle of your own, or if you're inspired to buy one after watching this vlog, please let me know in the comments. It's a lot of fun to talk about, and I would love to find other collectors of this unusual piece. So that's what I have for you today. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next time.